Every offseason is different, and everyone has a domino that has to fall. This year, it's the Travis Kelce decision. Let's break it down. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Ryan. This is me going rogue. And as an extra breakdown segment, usually the breakdown's on Tuesdays, and I give you my thoughts, but we're going to break things up here a little bit as we get into the offseason on some specific topics. We're going to have some quick hitter videos here. This will be the first of them that are going to give you our opinion on specific players, specific scenarios. Today, it's Travis Kelce with the news that was confirmed by sources that the Chiefs are asking him to make a decision by March 14th. The league year is right around there, and there's language in the contract somewhere between either the first day of the new league year or the fifth year of the new league year that Travis gets a contractual bonus. They need to know before that, because that is cap money that if he is not going to play, if he does decide to retire, that they need to recoup. There is a lot going into it. And if you guys want to bet on that, I'm sure you can do it at BetUS. Our partners, check them out, and you can use the code YouTube150 to get a deposit bonus up to 150%, up to 3 times, up to $2K. Check them out. I am torn at this point. I do believe that Travis Kelce has the ability to play a couple of more seasons. But to get there, the preparation has to be elite, best of his career, because this year it was not enough. Noticeably slower and less explosive. And I do believe, people want to complain about it, but I do believe that is a product of the wear and tear of the last 3 seasons in particular, 60 games each, total, 20 games each, plus the offseason schedule, television shoots, commercial shoots, all that stuff. I think if Travis Kelce wants to come back, I want him to come back. If he feels the passion still and wants to be there, I think he should come back. But he's got to do it, and he's got to be prepared. He has to cut out some of that media stuff. He has to postpone TV shows and those kind of things, because you can't do both effectively, is the truth. And I think if you heard the New Heights podcast and he and his brother talking, I felt like that came across as very conflicted and not trying to rush to make an emotional decision, because I think that it is that borderline. 6 months ago, I would have told you that he's got at least 2 more seasons in him and that he would want to do that. As of now, I can't say that anymore. It does feel like there is a decision point coming for Travis Kelce that only he understands the entirety of, and he's got to get it done himself. I think in the end, it is right down the middle, 50-50, whether he goes or doesn't. So let's take a look real quick at what are the scenarios. If he stays and does play another season, like I said, the preparation this offseason has to be immaculate. And I mean to the point that you're in Kansas City maybe longer than you want to be, that you're not bopping around the globe or the country even, and that you are settled into a calmer life than you had last offseason, which I think led to what was a diminished season performance. Certainly during the regular season, we did see him, I think, pop back up after some rest going into the playoffs, but there was nothing in that Super Bowl, and I think he would tell you that. I think he did tell you that on his show. So I think that is scenario number one. Maybe you can recoup, restructure some money. I don't think money's the problem here. I don't think motivation or finances play into this. It's just whether can you play at a all-pro level like you've come to expect of yourself, and honestly how the fan base and we have come to expect him to play. That's really, I think, the question. This is something that Jason Kelce battled with, and I do think they're going down a similar path. Nobody else to help you, guide you through that better than your big brother. So kudos to him. If he decides to retire, what happens? Well, first and foremost, his salary comes off the Chiefs cap. That does provide a little bit of, I think, relief. It's not drastic. I'm checking the number here right now, and that would be 19.8. So in that case, you do get a little bit of room. Do you use that for a left tackle? Possibly. I don't know that there's anybody out there that you're really going to pursue. You'd have to do a trade, in my opinion. We've talked about a couple of options there, and we'll get more into tackle free agency here coming up in the next week or two. But I don't think that's necessarily the answer to fix that problem. And it creates another one. Is Noah Gray ready to become a full-time 80% of the snap tight end that is truly a weapon for you? I think Noah Gray is elite second tight end. I don't know that he's ready to be anything more than an average first tight end. I love Peyton Hendershot. He is a free agent, and I do want him back. I expected he'll be back. But they have to get more dynamic at that position. Don't know that the draft class is exactly where I'd be going for that. So it leaves you a bit of a conundrum, which could lead to a shift in the Chiefs offense being a little bit more X wide receiver based than tight end based. Because in a lot of ways, Travis, especially in 3-by-1 formations, etc., really acted as a true X receiver. On the line of scrimmage, big body, take on the press, the whole 9 yards. That would free that up for you to have a more traditional tight end role until you could get somebody that is an extreme athlete or somebody that does break the paradigm yet again, like Travis did originally. I think that's probably the most likely scenario. But that takes a bit of tweaking as well. And it has to conform with all the other decisions that you have to make. We've started to look at some of them. Check out Locked On Chiefs for our first look. Dan and I will be doing our first look coming up this next week as we're trying to formulate what the offseason plan would be for us in terms of priority, cap space, contracting, etc. We are going to give all of that to you. And don't forget, we are scouting the draft class. The athletic matrix will be out yet again. It'll probably change form a little bit. I'm always trying to evolve it, but it will be the end all be all for how you judge athleticism and production when it comes out following the draft class. Now, the athleticism is going to be the most concrete thing. If you're a fan of Raz and you don't know what I'm talking about, the athletic matrix are my algorithms developed over the last 20 years that take Raz and actually make it make sense on the field functionally. It is the most equivalent thing and the best predictor on the market for how an athlete's profile fits into the athleticism needed on a given roster. It's important. And this is going to be a particularly impressive one for the tight end position for the Kansas City Chiefs. They have to hone in on that. We will see what a priority they make of the Travis Kelce situation. Right now, I'm going on the record. I hope that he comes back, and I hope that he's dedicated to it, meaning that he shuts out everything else and gives it at least one more go. I think he can get back and actually play better in 25 than he did in 24 if he can set those dominoes in place to be the foundation that he plays this next season on. But what do you think? At this point, do you want him back? Do you want to see him retire in semi-glory? It's tough to go out on a Super Bowl loss. So I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but I'd like to know your opinions. As well as we shift into some of these quicker hitter, we will have the Q&As on Monday nights, just like we always do, along with the breakdown on Tuesday and all the normal content that we run through with a couple of additions. So keep it tuned here. We are well on our way to looking at the draft class as well. So look for that content. Go subscribe over at NFL 33. It is a Substack, so there is a cost to get all the content, but I would appreciate the support. You guys have been great about that already, and I know you draft heads are looking forward to it. So have a great weekend. We hope that that you're enjoying yourself as you come down off of the Super Bowl. We start looking ahead to 2025. Catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.